Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving into a tool that says it can completely upend how we make presentations. It's called GenSpark, and it's positioned not just as another app, but as a full-on AI agent that's meant to do all the heavy lifting for you. So let's just start with the feeling that I'm pretty sure is universal, that quiet sense of dread when you realize, oh no, I have to build a whole presentation from a blank slide. You know the drill, right? It's hours and hours of messing with fonts, hunting for that perfect image, and trying to force your data into a chart that doesn't look like it time-traveled from 1995. But what if there was another way to do all this? And that's exactly where GenSpark is trying to make its mark. It recently pushed a huge update, and it's not just calling itself another tool. No, it's calling itself an AI agent, and it's aiming to take on the biggest names out there, like Canva and even PowerPoint. This right here gets to the absolute core of what they're proposing. Think about it. With the old tools, you're wearing all the hats. You're the researcher, the writer, and the designer. The whole promise of an AI agent is that it takes on all those jobs, and your role completely shifts. You become more of a director or an editor who guides the final outcome. It's a huge change from being the creator to being the supervisor. So, how does this thing actually work? How does it go from just a single thought in your head to a finished, polished slide deck? Let's get into the mechanics. The key idea to grasp is this term they use, fully agentic. Now, what that really means is that it isn't just taking your text and sloppily pasting it into a template. It's meant to act like your own personal research assistant. It goes out, it researches the topic, it finds real data, and then it designs the slides based on what it found. And this is what that workflow actually looks like in practice. You start by just giving it a simple prompt. Then the AI goes into what it calls a deep thinking mode to do all that research. After that, it auto-designs the entire presentation for you. Only then do you come back in. But now you're just the editor, tweaking things with simple, natural language commands. Now, this is a really interesting claim. The company's focus is on accuracy. They're saying that this deep thinking process, where the AI is actively doing its homework, leads to way fewer instances of the AI just, well, making stuff up. That's a huge problem in the AI world, you know? They call it hallucination. And we're not just talking about creating things from scratch here. You can literally feed it a PDF or a Word doc, and it'll spit out a presentation. You can tell it things like, hey, change this to a pie chart. The claim is you can get a final deck ready to go in less than 10 minutes. Okay, all of this sounds pretty incredible, right? But a tool this powerful that's also free, well, it immediately makes you ask, what's the catch? So let's dig into the business model and see what's really going on. And the answer is it's a freemium model. But instead of some super limited free trial, GenSpark gives every user 200 credits every single day. And according to the source, that's more than enough to create multiple presentations a day for free. Which, of course, leads to the next big question. Why would they do that? Well, it seems like the strategy here is all about playing the long game. See, the free presentation tool, that's not really the final product. It's the hook. The real goal is to get you into their much larger ecosystem of AI tools for documents, for spreadsheets, for your entire workspace. But of course, no tool is ever perfect. So to get the full picture, we really have to look at the fine print, what it can't do right now and what the company says is on the horizon. And when you put its price tag next to the competition, the strategy gets crystal clear. You've got established players like Canva and Gamma with their monthly subscriptions, and then GenSpark comes in swinging with a really powerful free version. I mean, that is a direct challenge to the market. But as you'd expect, there are some trade-offs. The source material is pretty honest about the current limitations. For instance, if you have super specific corporate branding, it might struggle. The export options are a bit limited for now, and it's probably not your go-to for really technical slides that need complex animations. They are working on it, though. The roadmap they've laid out includes things like better PowerPoint compatibility, support for multiple languages, and even interactive features. So it's very clear that this is a tool that is still growing and evolving. So what's the big takeaway from all of this? The rise of AI agents like GenSpark is pointing to a much, much bigger shift. It suggests that foundational creative skills, things like basic design and layout, are quickly becoming a commodity thanks to AI. And that leaves us with a really critical question to chew on. If anybody can generate a polished, data-driven, professional-looking presentation in just a few minutes, then our value can't be in the manual labor anymore. It has to shift. It has to move towards strategy, towards critical thinking, towards the actual quality of the ideas themselves. So the question I'll leave you with is this. When the machine can handle all the mechanics, what is your real value?